Hello everyone, taking our lesson further, today we'll be starting with the policy that was adopted in Sri Lanka. Earlier we studied the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka, in which we studied that Sinhala speakers were in majority while Tamil speakers and Christians were in minority. Now we'll be studying that what policy was being adopted by Sri Lanka. The policy that was adopted in Sri Lanka was majoritarianism. What do you mean by majoritarianism? That means when there is rule of majority community, it is known as majoritarianism. That means in Sri Lanka, Sinhala speakers were in majority. So in Sri Lanka, there was rule of Sinhala speakers. We'll be further studying the policy of majoritarianism in detail. In 1956, an act was passed to recognize Sinhala as the official language, thus disregarding Tamil. इसका मतलब है जब श्रीलंका में मेजॉरिटेरियनिज्म पॉलिसी अडॉप्ट की गई, उसके अंदर एक एक्ट पास किया गया 1956 में, जिसमें Sinhala was recognized as the official language. Official means that for all the official purposes या कोई भी official काम के लिए which language will be used, it will be used, the language that will be used will be of the Sinhala community. And this policy disregarded the Tamil speakers. Disregarding मतलब उनको ये पॉलिसी में कोई भी अटेंशन उनकी कम्युनिटी को नहीं मिली. तमिल स्पीकर्स को कोई भी अटेंशन या कोई भी प्रेफरेंस नहीं मिली. ऑल द प्रेफरेंसेस वर गिवन टू द सिन्हाला कम्युनिटी. फर्दर द गवर्नमेंट अलाउड प्रेफरेंशियल पॉलिसीज. प्रेफरेंशियल मतलब कि जो पॉलिसीज थी श्रीलंकन गवर्नमेंट की, दैट यूज्ड टू गिव प्रेफरेंस टू ओनली सिन्हाला कम्युनिटी. सिर्फ सिन्हालास को प्रेफरेंसेस मिलती थी इन द गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज. द गवर्नमेंट फॉलोड प्रेफरेंशियल पॉलिसीज दैट फेवर्ड सिन्हाला एप्लीकेंट्स फॉर यूनिवर्सिटी पोजीशंस एंड गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स. इसका मतलब है कि जब गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज़ बनी तो जो भी सिन्हाला स्पीकर्स थे उनको ही यूनिवर्सिटीज़ या गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स के लिए प्रेफर किया जाता था, और तमिल स्पीकर्स या बाकी जो क्रिश्चियंस थे उनको इन सब चीज़ों के लिए प्रेफर नहीं किया जाता था. नाउ अ न्यू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन स्टिपुलेटेड मीन्स दैट द न्यू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन स्टेटेड दैट द स्टेट शैल प्रोटेक्ट एंड फॉस्टर बुद्धिज़्म. हमने पढ़ा था दैट सिन्हाला स्पीकर्स वर मेनली बुद्धिस्ट. दैट मीन्स जो बुद्धिज़्म रिलीजन था दैट वॉज बीइंग फॉलोड बाय सिन्हाला स्पीकर्स. एंड द न्यू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन स्टेटेड दैट द कंट्री विल प्रोटेक्ट एंड फॉस्टर. फॉस्टर मीन्स दैट द कंट्री विल encourage people to follow Buddhism, which was being followed by the Sinhala speakers. When the Sri Lankan Tamils saw that the government was favoring only the Sinhala communities, these Sri Lankan Tamils felt alienated. Alienated means that they felt separated from the Sinhala speakers. Now, what were the reasons that they felt alienated? The reasons were Sri Lankan Tamils felt that none of the major political parties led by the Buddhist Sinhala leaders was sensitive to their language and culture. इसका मतलब है कि श्रीलंकन तमिल्स used to feel that the political parties which were led by the Sinhala leaders were not respectful towards their language and culture, क्योंकि they have stated in the constitution that only Buddhism will be followed, which was the official religion of Sinhala community. This led to a feeling of alienation among the Sri Lankan Tamils, as they felt that the leaders were not respectful towards their language and culture. Sri Lankan Tamils also felt that the government policies denied them equal rights. इसका मतलब है कि श्रीलंकन तमिल्स को ऐसा फील होता था दैट दे आर नॉट बीइंग गिवन इक्वल राइट्स एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज. They've also felt discriminated in getting jobs and other opportunities. हमने पढ़ा था that in majoritarian measures, government was preferring Sinhala speakers while giving jobs or while providing seats in universities. So, Tamil speakers felt discriminated कि उनको jobs या other opportunities नहीं मिल रही है as compared to Sinhalas. After all these preferential policies and majoritarian measures, there was a feeling of anger and frustration in the minds of Sri Lankan Tamils. इतनी ज़्यादा dominance और discrimination के बाद, the Sri Lankan Tamils were finally forced to come in front of the Sinhala speakers and put forward their demands. These Sri Lankan Tamils launched political parties and struggled for the recognition of Tamil as the official language. That means इन्होंने श्रीलंकन तमिल्स ने सबसे पहले political parties बनाई and then they struggled for the recognition of Tamil as the official language. Now, after forming the parties, they struggled for recognizing Tamil as an official language. Earlier, Sinhala was stated as the official language of Sri Lanka. Now, these Sri Lankan Tamils started demanding that their language should be recognized as the official language. Then, they also demanded equality of opportunity in securing education and jobs. As the preferential policies of government always favored Sinhala speakers while getting seats in education sector or while getting seats in while getting job opportunities, so these Tamil speakers started demanding that now they should also get equal opportunity in education as well as other sectors. But their demands were repeatedly denied. इसका मतलब है that their demands were not accepted by the Sinhala speakers. Then by 1980, several political organizations started demanding Tamil Elam in northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka. इसका मतलब है 1980s तक श्रीलंकन तमिल्स ने एक political organizations बनाई and these political organizations started demanding a separate state for Sri Lankan Tamils, and this separate state for Sri Lankan Tamils will cover the northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka. But their demand was not accepted by the Sinhala speakers. This led to a widespread conflict between both the communities. Conflict मतलब अब इनके बीच में लड़ाइयाँ होनी शुरू हो गई because Sri Lankan Tamils were again and again putting forward their demands and these demands were not at all accepted by the Sinhala speakers. So this conflict soon turned into a civil war. ये इनकी लड़ाई इतनी intense हो गई that there was a war type situation in Sri Lanka. I hope the topics are clear to you. Thank you.